Hi everybody, we're going live from Deanne Fitzpatrick studio on Facebook today, and I'm excited to be here with you. I have finished a couple of small projects and I'd just like to share them with you. Just waiting for some people to come on, and Angela will let me know once you get here. I think you're coming. All right, got some people there, Ange?
We've got Kathy Cross.
Hi Kathy Cross, how are you? Give us some comments, you guys, so we know you're there.
Peggy Ferguson.
Hi Peggy, welcome.
Ingrid Taylor.
Hi Ingrid.
Scylla Cameron from the UK.
Great, Scylla.
Sonia. Ann Burton.
One of the things we're thinking about is creating a link on our front page of our website so that people can always get to the live. Angela, could we do that? Are we able to do that? Are we able to create a link so that they can get there on Thursdays live?
We might be able to.
We might be able to.
Yeah.
We should look into that because I
Sure.
think that would be helpful to people if they could go to our page. And please be sure, if you're not signed up for our newsletter, to sign up for our newsletter, because that's the only real way that we can be sure that we can get in touch with you. So if you go to hookingrugs.com, there's a link there, in several places where you can sign up for our newsletter. So here we are this week, and remember last week I was working on this. I was working on, I want to say that we have a prize that we're sending out to somebody, and it is for Rayanne Quinton is the winner of the prize. And I'm going to send that out, and she won the Create Beauty Every Day necklace. And I want to show you the stool and have a look at this, what we have here. So I'm going to take my old scissors.
Jan, you might have to take your earring out.
Oh, they're clicking, aren't they? They're making lots of noise. Okay, so I'm going to do something today just to show you how it's done. So I have been hooking on this. Whoops, gotta get my metal rod. I've been hooking on this project. So this was yesterday's project, Angela, if you want to come over. And this was our workshop that we had yesterday, and it went really good. It was on the rocks and the sand and the sea and the sky. It came out really nice. And this is a project I've been working on for weeks. For a few weeks, and it is for the stool cover, we think. We're not sure, but we're going to try it on the stool cover. Kathy's going to come in next week, and I just want to show you what's happened here. I've finished my area that I'm working on, and so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to unwind my Shedicamp frame. I'm going to grab my scissors, and I'm going to cut off these projects. And this is something that I often do. It's just a little tip that you can use. So I want to make sure that I have lots of room. So I have lots of fabric left on here, lots of room to hook another rug. So what I think I'm going to do is cut this off and then sew this on so that we have room for our next mat. So let's see if we're able to do that, if I have enough linen. I think I do. If I leave it right there. Maybe I don't.
Low battery, please charge.
Oh, well, there's lots of things going not so great here today. And it seems like we got a low battery on our... Do you guys ever have days like that? Where things just aren't going just the way you want them. So I have my stool here. I'm just going to take this, and Norma's going to bind these for me because Norma does lots of binding for us. So here's my stool cover. Now this has to get clipped and pressed. Oh, I might have no, you know what? It's not going to work because I have not made it quite large enough, I don't think. No. Works on one side, but not on the other. Look at that. It will work if I stretch it. But why bother? Why bother do that? I'm disappointed. But that's not surprising today, is it, Angela? Let's go out here and see if we can have a look at it. I made this piece, and I made it 15 by 15. And it works on that side. Well, it will actually fit. But, oh no, it won't. I think if I had made it 16 by 16 or even 16 by 15, isn't that too bad?
Barbara wants to know if you can add to it.
I could hook a couple of rows around it, Barbara, but I'm not going to do that because I think this piece is quite beautiful as it is. And I don't really want to do that. So I'm just going to get this bound and hang it as a rug. And I'm going to start on the stool again. That's how I feel right now. But anyway, isn't it small in the scheme of things? That's what you have to keep telling yourself. You have reminding yourself that in the scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. Okay, I'll be right back. So what I should have done here was before we tacked this on, I should have measured this. I should have measured this green piece. That's what I should have done.
So Paula said, could you take some stuffing out of the tool?
Yeah, definitely.
Or stool.
I could. I could definitely take some stuffing out of the stool, Paula. But, so you know what I did wrong? Is I went 15 and a half here and 15 there. So that was my mistake. So this would have worked. That would have worked if this was 15 and a half. And I could just hook 2 rows of black down the side of this. I don't know. Do you think I should do that? Wouldn't really matter because this stretches perfectly. What we would do, that would, yeah. You know, I could probably get away with it. I could definitely get away with it if I put another row of black down there. I'm just looking and I'm thinking, 2 rows of black down that side and we would be good to go. What do you think? Yeah, I think it would work. Okay.
We're getting some yeses.
Yeah, I'm thinking let's get the black out and see what we can do here. Let's see if it works. So I'm really happy you're with me today. I'm happy that you guys love rug hooking as much as I do. It's a real pleasure to be here. We had such a good class yesterday. It was really a lot of fun. I think I'm just gonna grab my other frame. 1 second. Here we go.
Low battery, please charge.
Okay. Can you still hear me? Can everybody hear me? So, pull this over. Yeah, this will work. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Got a little black and blue there. It's a nice yarn. I'm going to give it another row too, just in case. You can always take a row out, right? It won't matter.
Yesterday's class was a lot of fun, and we have another one coming up at the end of November.
We do. We have another one coming up the end of November.
I think it's hooking waves.
Yeah. It's the wave and the sea class. And that's the last of those that we'll be doing for a little while. We won't be having any live classes, I don't think. This winter, we'll have our usual winter online course that with a great rug that I've been thinking a lot about. I haven't done it yet. Usually I have it done by now. Sometimes I did it once, and you know, I did it, did all the recordings, and I just didn't think the rug was exactly what I wanted to share with you this year when I finished it. I thought I could have done better. And, you know, I mean, that's part of making, isn't it? Is that sometimes you could do better. You know, even like correcting this little mistake. But you don't stop making because of that. You just keep making, and you keep trying, and you keep trying to make things work. And that's what you do. Because you love what you do. Okay, now I'm going to do the same on the other side. Let's see. Okay, let's go. Let's go again. Go down 2 rows. That should give us plenty of room. All right, so any questions out there? Do one of you guys want to ask the question today? Does anyone have a question that they'd like to hear from the group? I'll give you a minute to answer there.
Teresa wants to know what the white is in the mat.
The white, this was a yarn that we had, that was in the Canadiana collection. So that, we never had that released as a single yarn. It was part of our Coast to Coast collection, which I don't know if there's any left. There might be one, but I somehow doubt it. I think we finished up with that collection. And that's what we do with collections. We have them for a while, and then we let them go and come out with a new one. So Joe has been making a couple of collections this week. Last year we had a Christmas collection. We are going to have a little Christmas course coming up. Just a small one. It's a sweet course. It's about decorating your home for the holidays with hooked rugs and rug hooking. And I prepared most of it during the last Christmas season and got it ready so that we could release it this Christmas season early, because there's no point in having it too late, right? So we will be releasing that. I don't know, Angela, you still got quite a bit of work to do on that, don't you?
I got a little bit.
You got a little bit left to do?
Yeah.
Or you got a little bit done?
No, I got a little bit left.
Oh, you got a little bit left. So we're getting there with that. Angela's been out. She's not been feeling well. She had a bronchial infection. But she's on the mend. And I sure did miss her because we collaborate so much.
We do.
We talk and think together so much and do our best together.
And it's hard being stuck in the house for so long.
Yeah.
I was going shack wacky.
Yeah, we really missed you here. And we didn't have very good sound on the Facebook last week. We'd made a mistake, and I think this week, I don't know. I hope it's better this week. I'll talk good and loud. I don't know if the mic is still working or if the battery actually went dead. Okay. So now let's try this. Is anyone complaining about the sound? We're okay?
I think we're okay. David
Okay.
Kush wanted to know if anybody's started their Christmas shopping.
Oh.
Ugh.
Wow. Okay. Have you started your Christmas shopping? Okay, that solves it. Who was the person who told us to add a little bit? Who was that person? Thank you, whoever you were. Be nice to know who you were. So now, when Kathy comes in, we're going to play with that this week. When Kathy comes in, I think we're going to staple gun this down really tightly. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to clip and press it. And then we're going to staple gun it down on both sides. And that will work. It's going to be really taut and really tight. So she's going to play with that this week. We're going to staple it all along the side. Then we're going to cut off the excess burlap. Probably we'll serge it first. We'll serge the edges, like leave about 1.5 inches around, 1.25 inches maybe. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So we're going to serge it, and then we're going to staple gun that. And then we're going to take some black cloth, and we're going to put the black cloth in there. And so we'll get that clipped and pressed. I'm going to maybe ask one of the guys if they could clip and press it for us. I'll just see if they're around. Greg, any chance you will clip and press that for me? Yeah, thank you. So Greg's going to clip. He's going to clip. Yeah, you can just clip like the big ends off. You don't have to clip all the loops, just the ends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So he's going to clip and press that for us. So it's really nice. I like having a laptop frame or a hoop to play with. It's kind of nice to have something to play, like, so that if you're making a correction or doing something simple, you know, a little piece, you can. So I store that under my desk. And let's have a little gander in my sketchbook and see what I'm going to hook next. So this will give you, so I've been drawing a lot. I've been trying to draw every morning, though this morning things came up and I wasn't able to draw. But I'll just give you, I love this. Just giving you an idea of what's in there and just how much drawing. And this would be 10 days worth of drawings. It's not very much. So you can see that I'm going back to flowers, vines. There's a lot going on there. And I am just deciding what to make next. But I think one of the things that I'm going to try right now is I'm just going to take this little thing right here. Just a tiny hoop. And I think I'm not sure if we have these on the website yet, or I know I have some extras out there. And I'm going to take a little tiny piece of linen. Come on back out here with me, I think, because I have my scissors out here.
Kathy North mentioned if you put a cord on the edge of the footstool, it would last a little better, I guess.
Yeah, you could put a cord on the edge. Kathy McDonald had actually brought in some cord, but it wasn't what I liked. I wanted a clean, flat surface rather than a rounded cord. So I think what I'll do is I may even use some black wool cloth or some twill tape. So I'm just thinking that this is a great little project if you wanted to make something really sweet. But I'm going to, so I've got this little tiny hoop and that little tiny rod. And I'm just going to go in here and I'm just going to, well, maybe I'll go to my messy bits here. And there's this one. That one's going off to Norma. So if I wanted to now, I could just take this and sew it onto here. And I will do that after if we have time. But basically I have this tiny hoop. And I'm going to just I'm just going to hook on this. And I'm going to show you what could be done. So, it's a little bit challenging because it's so small for me. But you could make your little circle in here. And you could just hook. You know, you could hook lines across, say, for example. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'll just show you. Some of you could do this way better because your hands are, probably have more dexterity. But you could just hook lines across this, right? Right across the circle. Or if you wanted to, you could take this and trace. You could trace this and put it on a bigger piece if you wanted. And you could hook your little scene right on here. And you just go ahead, hook the whole little scene, whatever it is you want to draw. Say, for example, you could put a little house. A little green, right? A little sky, right? And then you could just cut away some of this linen, right? Cut away some of the linen and sew it on the back. And then there's your little piece framed. It would be quite sweet, I think. I've been having that little idea off and on for a while now, and I haven't done anything about it, but I think it could be quite cute. So let's see. But can you see that? Wouldn't that be sweet? So you just hook, before, don't do the sewing first. Just hook your little design on your little hoop. Could be a bigger hoop if you wanted. And then just use this, hand sew it back like this. Cut it away and hand sew it. And then you put a little nail in the wall, and there you can hang it up, just like a little frame. I think that would be quite cute. Does anyone have any questions? Do you want to ask the group any questions today? Did anyone come up with a question that we could ask everybody? But I think that would be sweet. I've been thinking about this for a while. I think we have a dozen of these or something. I'll ask Joe if he can get them on the website under
How big are
frames.
those?
This one is like 4 inches, 5 inches maybe. It's a 5-inch hoop, I'd say.
So
4 inches.
could you actually somehow make an ornament out of that?
Yeah, definitely.
Stuff it?
You could. Well, I wouldn't bother stuffing it. I don't think there's any need to stuff it. I think you could just hand sew it in the back, and then you use the hoop and everything as your ornament. So, like for example, here, just I need to grab my other scissors, so we're back out here. Oh, there. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate that. So Greg's got it all clipped and pressed.
I didn't put it back.
You didn't put it back? You didn't get anything on the back. So here we go. There we go. So that's going to work. I'm going to give that to Kathy. So what I'm saying here is, you guys, is you could go like, you could just take it and cut it around.
There's also suggestions about painting the frame too.
You could definitely paint the little frame. Yeah. So there, like that. You just pull it back like this. And then you just use a needle and thread. Well, I'll do it just to show you. It would work. You could, the best way to do it probably would be to serge this, but you know, it would be quite, you definitely should serge it. That would be the best way. And then you just use a needle and thread and just sew it sew it in like maybe 6, like almost like a web, and then you'd have your little piece. And it would be a perfect little piece that you could hang on a wall. Just put a nail here anywhere. Yeah, it's just cute, you know? Just a cute little thing. So I just think, I've been thinking about that little idea for a while, but I think like coming up to Christmas, that would be like a teeny tiny landscape. Or it just might be really sweet on a present, you know, to put on the outside if you wrapped your presents in brown paper and just put that on the outside. So I want to show you this now. This is just a simple thing, but it is important and it's something I do all the time. So I just have a little bit of linen left on here, but rather than waste it, I'm just going to fold this edge over and pull it back here like this. There you go, just like that. And so now I'll make another piece for maybe a few small pieces coming up, or maybe one long kind of skinny piece. I don't know, we'll see. But rather than, you know, that's one of the things I like about my shetty camp is that I can do that. And it's ready to go.
Teresa said you could make a couple of those and have them on the wall. That would be cute, having those little ornaments.
Yeah, you could have a little set of them. And they're very, if you notice, people are doing it a lot. Like I've noticed on Instagram, people are doing it a lot with embroidery. And it really is quite sweet. A lot of embroidery is framed that way.
So Pam was asking about Iggy. Iggy's doing well. And someone was asking about Rocco, and Rocco's doing well. He almost made an appearance in the class yesterday, Deanne.
He did.
But I was able to blur the background so nobody could see him.
Oh, is that right? Was he crawling around behind you? Or
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, he was crawling on the
Dragons do?
shelf.
Aw. He's a nice creature. Okay, so one of the things I asked this week on Facebook was what I posted on the Deanne Fitzpatrick Studio Facebook page is I asked you, what are you doing for November to sort of get ready for winter and get ready, like, you know, sort of what for your, are you nesters in November? And I'd like to hear some more thoughts about that. Is anybody doing anything? Like, what are you now? Are you getting in stew mode? Are you opening up? Are you gonna have a sauna? What are you doing? Are you getting out the hot tub? Are you I don't know, going for walks, getting out your winter hats? What are you guys doing for winter? How do you prepare your home? How do you nest your home in the winter?
Kathleen Kettles is chopping logs.
You're chopping logs. Aw, that's so nice. You got a wood fire.
Colleen is raking.
Raking, cleaning up. Yeah, for sure.
Covering flower pots.
Yeah.
Marie. Making
Right.
stew.
Yeah.
Baking bread.
Aw, so nice. Things you don't do in the summer. I remember once this girl, Joanna Close, she used to work with me, and she's a fiber artist in Halifax and great dyer. Oh yes, I wanted to give a little shout out to the Parsboro Creative. They are having a dye workshop this weekend, an indigo vat dyeing, and I think there's still room in that workshop if anyone wants to go. It is still on, so if you want to go, you should contact Parsboro Creative. That's their website, and it's an indigo dyeing workshop. No, it's November 6th and 7th at Parsboro Creative. All right, so I hope all of you are teaching someone soon. You're going to teach someone how to hook rugs. So I've got this on here now, and I have only this much space. I'm going to tighten my sides, and I can't decide what I'm going to make right now. I'll probably go back to my sketchbook. I feel like it's going to be something long and slim. I wonder if our winter course this year, if we should make something smaller. What do you guys think about that? I feel like rebooting tradition was a big project. Like, what could I put on here? That would be a nice size, not too big. I don't know. Because we've got to find something really beautiful to work on for our online winter course. I've got a couple of ideas. I'm thinking about them. So yeah, but maybe this isn't it. So we'll see. Now we want to show you our winter, our Christmas. You guys were asking for Christmas patterns, and I want to show them to you. So here we go. I love this one. It's called, I think it's called At the Tree Lot, and it's 5 Christmas trees and then the person behind the trees and Christmas lights. So that's one of them. These are all on our website. We've got the Holly Noel stocking, Holly Noel. And then we've got the traditional Santa, Santa's choice, which tree will he take home? And then this was Joe's pick, I think. He loved this one. Your tree, my tree, our house. Our houses. So they each, like, I always think, my sisters used to live up a long lane, and they each had their own house up this long lane. So that's probably where that stems from. We got the snowflakes. We got the trees. That's a beautiful pattern. And then we have 3 wise women, because we're not really sure. All right, so 3 wise women. And this one is called Catching Aurora Borealis Snowflakes. So you can do both things in that. You can do the little snowflakes, which I've kind of made like wreaths. And oh my gosh, we have so many holidays at that farm of mine, and we've left this sign here so that you can put your family name in there, or you can put like the name of your house or whatever, but it's the tree and the road to the barn. And then this is my personal favorite, and it is called Puppy Park at the Parade. So it's there they are watching the parade, and they're getting ready to either go in the parade or be in the parade, or maybe they're just watching it and put a tree on the back, and there's two people in the front and a puppy sitting on the edge. So I'm really pleased with that one. I love it. I haven't hooked this one myself. In fact, I haven't hooked any of these. So I don't know. Do you guys have a favorite out of these?
I think Joe's hooking the puppy one.
I think Joe is hooking the puppy one. Aurora Borealis, catching Aurora Borealis. Three wise women. Your tree, my tree, our house, our houses. Santa's pick. Holly Noel stocking. And at the tree lot. And to make, so the Holly Jolly Reds, we have a new Reds collection, which has everything from red Rasta to every new red that we have in stock basically is in here. We've got curly locks, we've got really nice yarns, we've got slub, there's just a lot of, we've got merino, and there's just a lot of beautiful yarns in here. So that is our Holly Jolly Reds collection. And then because our course, in the course that I'm going to give you access to if you want it, you can purchase it. This course has, I use a lot of whites. So we did up a special white package called the Winter Use collection. And it's really beautiful too. And so we've got, we specially dyed sparkling stellina, and we've dyed them nice frosty colors. So it has fleece, it has merino, it has hand dyed brigs, and just curly locks, and hand dyed sparkling stellina. And it's a really, really beautiful package. So those packages are available on the website now. And all of these are under patterns, under Christmas patterns. So that's all I have for you today. I've been working away here, and I'm just really hoping that you'll have a good time with your Rebooting Tradition courses, those of you who are doing that, and that you will keep showing up here, and we will see if we can get it set up so that we can also, so that you can actually view this on the website. We're going to look into that. So thanks everybody. Thanks for being here. I just value you so much, and I'm so glad that you're part of this community. So when you share rug hooking, you never know what you're sharing. So please do. See you later. Bye-bye.